Welcome to Snaccidents! Hey, you might be asking yourself, what's a Snaccident?
Have you been out with friends and accidentally eaten all the appetizers for the table?
Have you sat on the couch for your favourite show and eaten a whole can of Pringles after only the first episode?
Have you gone up for your third plate at the family barbecue when everyone else is still in their first?
Then you, my friends, have had a Snaccident.
But that's okay. We're not here to judge, we're here to help.
By judging.
We accept this dark hunger that lives in every one of us, but we're here to offer you better quality Snaccidents through careful consideration and cutthroat democracy.
Each episode, we bring snacks that we love in a head-to-head battle, an ultimate Snacc-down, where we taste and score each other's snacks and vote on the final Snack Champ.
At the end of each episode, the final
Snack Champ
will go on to fight the winner of the next episode and become our version of a Snack Highlander, or as we like to call it,
Snacklander! Now, what snacks qualify as competitors?
These can be any food or drink item easily attainable. We want to keep it simple and accessible so you can join in the fun at home.
Now, these can be snacks that need small amounts of preparation such as cooking, microwaving, or boiling, but they must consist of the product and just that.
Exactly. Now, with that out of the way, let's introduce ourselves as your guides and experts.
I'm Charlie, your limited edition snack addict.
And I'm Sam, your amateur chocolatier. And now, a quick message from our sponsor. Cacolo Treats is an online luxury confectionery business based in Wiltshire.
Born in the midst of the lockdown, their mission is to spread positivity, motivation, and happiness through everyone's favourite snack, chocolate!
And you'll hear more from them later on. So, the theme this episode is...
sodas! And to help us weigh in on this topic, we have Rebecca Sutton, avid cyclist, miniature enthusiast, and all-around babe.
Hello!
So, can you share a memorable Snaccident with us?
I did once eat like a whole 12 box of Krispy Kreme donuts in one go.
Haven't we all?
I mean, it was before I realised we could freeze them, and since then I haven't done it, but yeah.
Anything you've been working on, or like up to recently?
Yeah, just I guess more of the whole miniature painting sort of side of things. I started doing like a kind of dragon, which is a bit of a hack together job. It took a lot longer than I thought it would just to get to being able to paint it, but I'll get back to it. It'll be finished one day.
One day, along with the rest of the pile.
You know.
Ambitious.
It's not a very big pile.
And Charlie, how about you?
I bought an electric bicycle recently, which I got for commuting to work, and it's really great because I just slam through those hills. It doesn't hurt.
Nice. I've also invested in an electric bicycle. It was a bad investment. I tried to do it myself. I've made some poor decisions. That's what I'm going to say.
Buy good, buy once is what I say.
I prefer buy cheap, buy twice, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
It's not.
So now we'll each get the chance to fight our case for the snacks we've brought and why we love them. Sam, let's start with you.
All right. The snack I brought this week is grape soda.
Oh.
First and foremost, the colour. It's such an artificial shade of purple, it looks like something I should pour in my car or use to strip paint off the walls, to be honest. It almost seems to have like a Dago quality to it. Honestly, actually, another reason why it's one of my favourite mixers as well, which I'm sure is something you guys will bring up as a factor of your choices too. But it's something I pair with a wide variety of gins for a drink I like to call a Mace Gin Do, as I'm sure you can guess why. Grape soda is something I've always loved since I was a kid, but it was never really available anywhere. The only places I could find it were at fairs or festivals, or if like Lidl's was having an American week or something. Thankfully it's now pretty easy to get hold of, but it's still not as common as I'd like. To be honest, I reckon it's probably because it's usually got a stupid amount of sugar in, and I can't argue that, but it's a huge reason of why I love it. It also hasn't fallen down the same cliff that Sunny D did all those years ago, making a watered-down ghost of its previous form, and whoever's responsible for that should be in jail where they belong. How dare you. Nevertheless, I will say it appeals to the side of me that loves like blue raspberry sweets, which I'm sure we can all agree isn't really a flavour, just a combination of whatever food colouring or crushed beetle shellac is used, again with crazy amounts of sugar syrup. But either way, I should probably drink less of this, and we'll specify this is a KA Caribbean Sparkling Grape Soda. It's K today, and I think this is a real home dunk slam run for the drink.
Okay, yeah, so like I've never actually tried grape soda before, so I'm excited for this experience. The can is pretty funky, it's got like a nice LA vibe to it, so yeah, I'm ready to try some of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the colour's like, as people who work with very vibrant colours. It could be interesting.
Alright, well, I have brought a Sprite lemon and lime. I'll be honest, it wasn't my first choice. If I could have brought Fanta Icy Lemon, I would have, but it doesn't come in a can, and I love the can. I mean, it stops it from going flat, so that's a win.
Who doesn't love a good can?
Yeah, totally. I mainly like to mix this with my gin. I mean, I feel like a bit of a copycat, because you just said that with yours, but it brings any gin a nice kind of like lemony sweetness. When you pop open that can, you've got a nice zesty waft. Just you can almost taste the lemons already.
I don't think the grape soda is quite as zesty.
No.
There's no fruit in there.
Like almost like molasses kind of.
I was gonna say
element to
solvent.
it. Oh, okay. Aside from that, yeah, it's got great flavour. I don't really like fizzy drinks generally. It's just got that good kind of sweet, almost tangy sourness to it.
I like a nice balance.
Yeah.
Becky, how about you? What have you brought?
I have brought some Dr. Pepper today. For me, a very nostalgic kind of thing, really. I mean, I obviously like the taste a lot. I always found it to be a bit like Coke, but less aggressively Coke flavoured. It's got a more mellow fruitiness to it anyway.
It's kind of like, it's less bubbly, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's less carbonated, I think.
But yeah, I just remember seeing the ridiculous adverts when I was a kid of the guy opening the fridge and suddenly being dragged naked around the street, basically, and I mean, that kind of got me wanting to try it, and I weirdly...
I gotta say, I don't really remember that one, but sure.
Yeah, you should, YouTube it. YouTube.
Oh,
It's on there. It was the whole, like, Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that could happen? And then the worst happened.
And you're mauled by a tiger.
Did anyone die in these?
I don't remember death being a thing. It was more embarrassment, which was quite interesting because it was way before, like, smartphones and stuff. And, yeah, he was, like, the centre of this, like, news whirlwind of embarrassment. And also it was Jesse Eisenberg in the adverts in 99. And it was like, oh.
That's wild.
I swear that guy doesn't care about getting naked normally.
Also, he doesn't age. He was like, he looks the same then. And it's like, oh, he must be a vampire.
That's the only answer.
He's got the complexion for it, really.
Yeah. Weirdly, I think
Cold,
the
dead
first time I
eyes.
actually tried it, I don't think I liked it very much. But then I kept trying it, and it grew on me.
I quite like Dr. Pepper mixed with amaretto. It makes a really, it's like a Bakewell tart, and it's delicious.
That is nice.
So I've already got some fondness for this drink.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's going to be a heavy competition.
I reckon we should probably move on to any final thoughts and honourable mentions people have.
I guess, I mean, like I mentioned, Fanta Icy Lemon. Love that drink. I would have brought it if I could have found it in a can. There was a holiday that I went on in France once, and I drank a bottle of this stuff like a day, and I had the worst like acne for like just spots all over my head for like weeks after the holiday.
It's because they have that real good f***ing sugar in there. That real
You adore it.
I adore indeed. J'adore.
I would have maybe considered bringing the Fentimans. I think it's called Curiosity Cola. I don't know, it's just a bit of a slightly different twist on normal Coca-Cola. It basically tastes like liquid Haribo cola bottles.
Ooh, it's got an interesting. It comes in an interesting bottle as well. Doesn't it?
It's a nice bottle.
I think, to be honest, my honourable mentions. This is difficult, and it's also bad etiquette to part the podcast kimono so early on our first episode as well. But I was really having a hard time tossing up either bringing grape soda or Dr. Pepper. So this is going to be quite difficult for me because that was going to be my honourable mention if not. Yeah, it's going to be interesting scoring.
So
but
I've got really no chance of winning this one, have I? I may as well bow out now.
I mean, we'll see. To be honest, my actual honorable mention will probably have to be really any of the Tango series. Mainly either the, I think, apple or dark berry. Just because I think they have that fantastic element of like being fizzy and then instantly dropping the fizz and tasting more like fruit than I think any other sort of like fizzy drink. Like I can't really drink like real fruit juices anymore without making myself horrendously sick.
Just not allowed.
Just not allowed, so that's my best shot.
I mean, they've got some pretty wild adverts as well.
They did have some really, really weird ones.
Yeah, I'm sure I remember one where like the guy was picking a spot in the mirror and his mum was like shouting at him through the bathroom door and...
Why is this an advert? For food?
I don't know. I think it was the 90s and it was like hangover TV. Although that would maybe make you feel more sick. So who knows? Who knows?
What happened?
Well, I think the guy picked the spot and then like it was all just like juice on the window and it was like tangoed or something like that.
Oh, that really makes me want a tango.
Maybe.
I'm hankering for a tango right now.
Nice. So, with all honourable mentions out of the way, we're going to go over and test each other's snacks and write down some scores.
But first, snack facts. Did you know Coca-Cola was originally made to combat morphine addiction, also to treat erectile dysfunction? Yes, please.
Did you know Pepsi traded their soft drinks with the now disbanded Soviet Union in 1989 for a Navy cruiser, frigate, destroyer, 17 submarines and oil tankers? At the time, Pepsi the company had the 6th largest navy in the world.
What? That's wild.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's dumb as hell. That's
Snack facts.
We're actually going to do some judging and some tasting.
That is a Mace Windu purple.
It is. It's beautiful.
It smells weird. Yeah, like chemically.
I did say it was more of a solvent kind of...
I'm not getting any grape.
No.
It doesn't taste unpleasant. It tastes quite...
Sugar.
A deep fruity sugar with almost like candy floss elements.
Sort of like a poached plum if you then if you just rolled it in sugar a bit. Sugar. Mainly sugar.
Mainly sugar, yes. What do you get?
Yeah, like it does have a weird smell. Like not food smell. Like almost plastic.
Artificial, you might say.
Very artificial. And it, like the sweetness is what makes it nice. There's a middle bit where you're drinking it and you go, oh, that's a nice bit. And then there's kind of an aftertaste where you breathe out and there's always like this, not even tangy, just like a coating. So I can't say I love it.
I mean, Charlie thinks it's going to rot his insides. I'd more like to think it's going to, I don't know, like sterilize mine.
I think if I was a droid,
Healthy.
this is something that I would love to drink a lot of. Like you said, I'm getting chemicals, like a hospital almost, or a dentist.
Clean.
You know that blue that they
have to spit out. Good images for food podcast.
I'm getting some kind of fruity flavour there. Very, very deep, low down.
I mean, no real fruit.
No real fruit.
No. There's fakeness.
Yeah, there's almost like a kind of candy floss or bubblegum flavour to it. It tastes like purple. And lots of sugar, so much sugar.
So much sugar that you shouldn't drink it, really.
It's a very familiar smell, but...
For me, when I haven't had it in a while and I've tried it, it very much reminds me of the stuff they put on like snow cones to like flavour it. That kind of syrupy stuff.
Evaluating it with all of my mouth. I don't want any more of this though, so...
Ugh.
Okay, so trying the Sprite...
It's very pungent.
I mean, yeah, you've got a smell that almost... I was going to say it's subtle, but it has got that, like, the lemon. It smells like lemons. And
there is that zest that you once spoke of.
It's fresh.
It's fresh. I will say that there's sort of like a... After you get the very, very initial hit of, like, the lemon lime, it's almost a little bit bitter towards the end and dry. And for some reason, it reminds me of yet another, like, cleaning spray, which isn't very helpful considering we've just talked about the grape soda being nothing but a solvent and a cleaning implement.
I mean, for me, it's like that kind of deep throaty flavour. It's almost like a tonic, and it just, even drinking it now, it kind of reminds me of, like, it feels like there's some gin in there. Did you spike me? Am I drinking gin, Sam?
No. I will concede, yes, it does. It's a lot more carbonate than I remember. And that does sort of like clear your airways and your throat a little bit more, and it does sort of tickle. It's perfectly pleasant. Again, not something I'd go as my first choice for a drink, but
It's not for everyone.
Yeah, as a mixer, I think that would do a fantastic job.
I mean, it tastes a lot better when it's got a nice kind of Bombay Sapphire in there.
Ooh, Ophir, or I think it's one of those
Spicy.
Marmite ones, but it has that lovely sort of note of cardamom in there, which I adore.
I think it's the lemonade that my gran used to buy all the time, so it is quite a nice, like...
Nostalgia train.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. Although it does always make me think of, like, cheap lemonade. But in a good way, I guess.
Ooh. What is it? It's no, it's no Schweppes.
Oh, no. I wouldn't want to be
It's
an amateur.
Schweppes.
Okay. I like Schweppes. Alright.
I think it's definitely a good palate cleanser, though, either way.
Yeah, it's got the taste of grape soda out of my mouth.
Sure. What about you, Becky? Any particular staying points for you?
It had been a while since I'd had a Dr. Pepper, but yeah, just the smell definitely has that nice, like, cherry kind of fruitiness. Yeah, it's surprising how strong the smell it is compared to the other two, I'd say. That good taste. Very, very sweet. Very sweet.
Definitely. I think what I have noticed, unfortunately, is that it is one of those drinks that I think goes flat very quickly and not in a particularly good way. Oh, I don't know, guys. I really like it. It's smooth. It's not too fizzy, again, which I think is something a lot of drinks fall into that make them slightly more unpleasant than they need to be. But it has that sort of, that slight tartness of the of Coca-Cola with like the rich undertones of almost like a fruity cherry kind of thing. Like, I always associate this taste with like a cherry Pepsi or cherry Coke or something like that. It's one of my favourites.
I mean, it's, like you said, yeah, it's less carbonated. It goes down real smooth, which is something you don't normally find with those kind of fizzy drinks. Yeah, it's got a really good flavour. Like you said, cherry. I like it. I do feel as though, just a little bit, it's missing that amaretto kick that I love.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I gotta agree that it is really good with amaretto. The thing I normally pair it with otherwise is sort of like just a dark rum. I think goes very well with like a nice Cuba Libre.
It is very sweet.
Oh yeah,
it's a nice sweet though.
When I drink this, I feel like fuzz on my teeth. Like, not even the next day. You know, sometimes I forget to brush in the evening, don't we all?
No, Becky keeps me in line. She, if I don't brush my teeth, then she judges me.
Okay. I mean, I don't get that, but I have 3 sets of teeth in some places, so I don't have to worry about all of them that much.
You're like a shark, man. You can smell grape soda from a mile away.
For some weird reason, this always gets associated quite heavily with like root beer or like a root beer float.
What's root beer?
Yeah, what is root beer?
Unpleasant.
Okay.
Sort of like a slightly sweeter kind of version of that, which I kind of understand, but then I also think, root beer, and this is so much better than any of that. So I don't know. I really like it. It's one of those things that I think everyone argues about, and it's hard to pin down exactly what it tastes like, which I really enjoy, to be honest. So, has anyone got any final thoughts on the new snacks they've just tried?
Don't have grape soda.
Oh no! I mean, again, you know, I love grape soda. I think the Sprite for me was a fantastic palate cleanser, but it just left like too much of a bitter note on my tongue, and I'm just not really into that. Great mixer, I'm sure, but
On a hot day though, it'd be the Sprite, wouldn't it?
No, just a cold Dr. Pepper.
Okay, fair.
The grape one may be a bit artificial for my liking, but, you know.
That's kind of you.
It had sugar in it, so it wasn't gross.
Gets sugar points.
I think they each had their own situational allure. Like, if I was dying, trying to make a trek somewhere through the desert, and I just needed that boost, I'd take the grape soda. If it was if it was a sweltering hot day, you know, sweat dripping from my forehead, I'd take an ice cold Sprite every time. But if I was out in the club, ordering drinks, I'd probably have the Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was gonna say, to be honest, I feel like if you're taking that grape soda into the dense, dark jungle, the smell of not fruit is probably going to help you not attract predators.
You could dash it on vicious predators and they'd reel back in horror.
Yeah, they would probably not like it.
You could scare them off just with the smell.
I could see it like just a jaguar enjoying a Sprite, though. I think he'd enjoy it a lot. That might be a downfall.
Well, yeah.
All right. And with that, I think it must be on to the third and final round. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, it's time for the all-important third round where we vote for this episode's
Snack Champ!
Okay, so, Becky, why don't you go first?
I went for the Dr. Pepper.
Ah, okay. Good choice.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? Charles?
Well, I just so happened to go with the Sprite.
Oh, no. I have actually gone for my choice as well, which was the grape soda. This is fine, though, because, it's a fantastic opportunity to showcase more of the show. Well, it seems we can't agree, but not to worry, we have a system in place to deal with all disagreements.
First, everybody will have 1 minute to try and sway their opposition's votes.
However, if we still can't agree second time round, then it goes to the cold, hard numbers we gave each snack when filling out the judging cards during the tastings.
But here's the catch. We can only fill out the judging cards for snacks we didn't bring to avoid bias.
The snack scores will be averaged between all the judging cards and given a final score out of 100. You can check the current rankings online.
So, let battle commence.
Ready, fight!
Yeah, I think Dr. Pepper should definitely be our overall winner for today because, let's face it, the grape soda didn't taste like grapes or smell like grapes or anything.
Or look like grapes.
Or relatable to food in any way.
Shape of grapes.
The Sprite was nice, but it's lemonade. It's quite simple. It's got its place. But the Dr. Pepper's just that real nice all-around drink. It's got fruit. It's fruity. It's mellow. It's sweet. It's very Moorish. It's
mysterious.
It's just the clear winner. It's called Dr. Pepper. It's a name you can trust. It's a doctor.
I guess mine doesn't have a doctorate or even like a mass. There's nothing. Not even a diploma. Shame. Charles, what about you?
I guess Sprite has never really saved lives. The reason I think Sprite should win was I'm sorry to on your product, Sam, but it's up against grape soda, which is a farce of a drink.
You mean that you don't like the great taste of chemicals?
No, it should not. Don't feed this to your children.
I probably have to agree with you on that.
It's a close run, Dr. Pepper versus Sprite, but I'm going to have to give it the edge because I just love that good bursting lemony flavour.
Okay, fair enough. To be honest, to maybe add to your point, if you were to give this to your kids for long enough, I'm sure you would end up just having purple kids. Inevitably. That said, though, again, that's kind of one of the reasons I specified before why I love it. There's not really that many other things like it. It has the coolest colour of any drink, I think, I've ever had. To be honest, I think it's just got that hit of nostalgia for me. It's always something that I couldn't really get, so when I do have it, it's that special kind of moment for me.
So, I work with UV latex painting rave clothes. And you think when you're working there, you look around and you think, these are some really cool colours. Never thought to drink them, though.
To be fair, they're also not sold in a can.
Yeah, just a point.
Just a point, okay. Sure.
Glowing drinks, not necessarily.
White Spirit, it also looks a lot like Sprite when it's flat. But, I don't know where you go with this. Anyway, yeah, I really love grape soda. I don't know, I guess I can see where you guys come from. Anyway, right, that's it. Let's see where it lands. So, it's voting time again. Becky, if you would like to go first.
Dr. Pepper.
Okay, not swayed at all.
No.
Charles?
I'm going with Dr. Pepper. I'm going to do all I can do to make sure that grape soda doesn't win this one out.
Very spriteful of you. No, I hate that. I'm going to cut that. To be honest, this is the thing. It was always, like I said, a massive toss-up between Dr. Pepper and grape soda to begin with for me as to what I was going to bring because I love both of them so much. I think I'm also actually going to go Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
As much as I love grape soda, I think it's one of those things that I cannot drink too much of. Otherwise, I don't know what it's going to do.
So you're succumbing to peer pressure.
I mean, I think it's more medical advice, but sure, we'll go with that. Okay, so that means this episode's winner is Dr. Pepper. So, what was it that sealed the deal for you guys? Charles?
I fancied it in the moment. I do like Sprite. I prefer Sprite with gin in it on a hot day. So it took the vote.
Okay, so it's situation-based really, but this is an overall kind of decision.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Becky, anything the others could have done that would have helped them out and not lose?
Just not been grape soda, really.
You could have brought a different drink. That would have made all the difference.
You should have brought literally almost anything else.
Man, that's a real shame. I think if I had actually had Mace Windu on the side of my can, that probably would have scored me a couple more points. But other than that, I don't know. I have always loved Dr. Pepper. I still love Dr. Pepper. I miss grape soda, but I know when I'm beat.
You can never have it again now.
And
That's
so
the rule.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
I mean, great. To be clear, to clarify on Becky's point, once a snack has been on the podcast, it cannot return. It only gets one shot, and that's it. And we think that's pretty much fair enough, wouldn't you say, Charles?
yes. And so begins a lifelong tradition of on Sam's treat every single episode.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Now that we have this episode's
Snack Champ!
it's time for our winner, Dr. Pepper, to go up against our last winner and reigning Snacklander, although unfortunately as the first episode that we've ever done,
There is none.
there is none. So it instantly goes into that first place spot in the ultimate
Snacc-down!
Fantastic. Well done, Dr. Pepper.
A new Snacklander has been crowned. There can be only one.
And so we'd like to thank our sponsors once more for supporting the show. Cocolo Treats, an online luxury confectionery brand based in Wiltshire.
They sell a variety of confectionery goods including handmade chocolate bars, creamy fudge, and pick and mix sweets, as well as specialty coffee and tea.
They have a wide selection of gifts that are perfect for everyone, especially with Christmas coming up. So head to www.cocolotreats.com to browse their full collection. Thanks again.
We'd like to thank our special guest for joining us. Is there anything you're up to at the moment you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, like I sort of mentioned earlier about doing the kind of miniature, like Warhammer. I kind of have an Instagram page for that, which is under the name of Builds, Bikes and Boobs. So
Classy.
I had help with the name from you.
From a dirty cretin.
But yeah, you can kind of follow my stuff there. There's a website linked in under the same name as well.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm sure people will have to check it out.
Now, if you've got any suggestions, questions, or stories of your own Snaccidents, send those to snaccidentspodcast@gmail.com. Go snack yourself!
You can find us on all the regular socials, plus you can always check out our website at snaccidentspodcast.com for more.
And thank you all for listening.
Join us next episode for all new themes, all new snacks, and maybe a new
Snacklander! Keep it crunchy!